the Israelites have escaped their enslavers and are on the way to the land God had promised to them. From the Egyptians' perspective, however, these Israelites are their rightful possessions that have been stolen away from them. On top of that, these Israelites are responsible for plagues that have laid waste to their land and have caused the deaths of many Egyptians. They probably found it quite reasonable to chase Israelites and bring them to justice. Yet they are baffled when God steps in and serves as a shield for the escaping Israelites. They are caught by surprise when God jams their chariots and throws them into the sea. They cry out because God is siding with the Israelites, even though they surely felt that they were the wronged party. More so than not, conflict is not between good people and bad people, but rather by two sides that both think they are in the right. All of us are sure we are right sometimes, only to find out that we are mistaken. It is humbling to recognize that there is a greater power at work that knows better than we do. And it takes great strength to accept when we are wrong with grace. Righteousness needs to be held lightly, tempered by open-mindedness to others and prayerfulness to God. Spend some time pondering the following questions. Can you think of a time when you were so sure that you were right, that you were blind to the perspectives of others? What will help you gracefully accept times when you were wrong? When Paul is writing the letter to the Christians in Rome, he is writing to a divided community. The Jewish Christians who were exiled from Rome and have since returned, versus the Gentile Christians who had populated Rome in their absence. If this inexperienced church was to survive, they would need to find a way past their differences, yet they struggle as if they were adversaries. Both the Jewish and Gentile converts distrust and think themselves superior to the other, which sows disunity all around. If there is one message Paul wants them to take to heart, it is that they are all the same in the only way that matters. They are God's beloved, for whom Christ died so that they may live forever. None of their differences compares to their one essential similarity. We too are faced with people all around us who seem different. We all have different values and can use those to judge ourselves superior to others. But God has already judged us all and found us all worthy of love, compassion, and salvation. Let us not focus too much on how our differences stack up against each other, and instead turn our focus toward the God who sees us and loves us all the same. Spend some time reflecting on the question, what differences with others do you find you have a hard time overcoming? Any community needs to determine how it is going to handle judgment and justice. This parable about the two debtors is often used as an illustration about fairness, saying that the first slave should have treated the second slave as he himself had been treated. After all, the debt his Lord had forgiven was more than 500,000 times as much money as the other slave owed him. So the first slave's behavior was hardly fair. This parable, however, is less about fairness than about how fundamentally Jesus values forgiveness. Jesus precedes this parable by highlighting that forgiveness should be an overabundant principle. We should not even be thinking in terms of how much we should forgive. We should just forgive. We, like Peter, are being told that forgiving others and forgiving ourselves is never the wrong answer. The lowliest person is still worthy of forgiveness. The gravest transgression should still be forgiven. The most righteous and powerful people still need to forgive. Think of what a radical statement it would be for a society to say that their guiding principle is forgiveness. We can have justice without losing sight of compassion. We can have righteousness without losing sight of forgiveness. Spend some time pondering the following questions. When have you struggled with forgiving someone? When have you struggled with forgiving yourself?